Alrighty then. Hello. We're back for episode 6. We missed last week because I was tired. I didn't know I was tired until I fell asleep. But last time, well, for anybody watching, and for the players, it's been 2 weeks, so some stuff might be lost in the sauce for you guys. But long story short, after leaving the I don't want to say safety of the hold. After leaving the Forsaken hold with your sister's body, Mavra, with Kavra's body, and making your way to the town of Alari, you guys were let in and found your way to a temple of the Night Mother, where you found a priest and were very hopeful that you could revive your sister, in which the spell was not going as well as you guys were hoping it would, and under the effects of this cursed blade, this shattered blade, Mavra took the life of the priest, using his life almost as an exchange for Kavra's life, though at the end of that ritual, Kavra's eyes opened and she was breathing, but they were a deep, sickly red color. And then slowly turned back to normal. But you guys really haven't had too much time to think over exactly what has happened, other than the fact that Mavra has just killed a deacon of the Night Mother's faith. And then, to make matters worse, Riven had disguised himself as this deacon as somebody was knocking on the door that they had locked. And, I mean, he was doing well. He was talking his way through, and then he murdered the man with a sonic boom from hell. Now they're all on the run. So, we can pick up there, if you guys would like. As you guys have all managed to exit out of the back door. And as there's a commotion forming at the front of the temple, you guys are at the side gate for the temple of the Night Mother here in Alari. So,
and Riven's still disguised as one of those elf that seem like in poor condition.
Yeah, like a blandsome elf, like handsome but not memorable. So
and Pat's invisible.
And Pat is invisible.
Roll 20, or am I showing up?
You are not showing up, so yes, you will need to refresh roll 20, please.
I cry. Pain.
Okay. Fun. We can actually change this around a little bit. That one. That's what I want. We'll go away from that. Go more into... Yeah. Alrighty. There we go. I like this one better. So, As a commotion starts to form at the front of the church, you guys also see some guards start to gather. Nobody has seemed to notice you guys as of yet. Mavra, you're still holding the blade in your hand, and I mean, you're covered in blood.
Uh-oh.
No, so we need to get out of sight. Now.
Probably be the best idea.
Yeah, better than us just standing here.
No disagreements. Riven, can you help me carry Kovram?
Oh, sure. As Riven tries to carry Cobra as gently as he can.
Yep. Okay.
Also making his packed halberd disappear because he was holding his halberd, so it disappears.
Right.
I'm going to put the blade in my backpack. So I can carry Kovra.
I thought Riven was going to carry Kavra.
He's going to help me carry Kovra.
Okay. With two of you both simultaneously trying to...
tired.
No, I get it. But with two of you trying to carry a body, you guys are going to be moving much slower than one of you carrying a body.
Riven, you carry Kovra because I'm tired.
Alright. Riven is the only one carrying Cobra now.
Okay. So, heading out into the city streets, or actually out of this goes into, I mean, you guys can beeline it onto the street, or you can run through the massive central park area that this gate also leads into. So, whichever you would prefer, go ahead and be my guest.
How open is the park? Like, just in general, is it like a forested kind of park, or is it like a big open field?
So it has some trees, like some small groupings of trees, but it's not like a forest by any means. Like, there's people in the park as well, like picnicking, and there's like little kind of station play areas for children and stuff, that kind of thing. But like the amount of traffic in the park currently is less so than what is on the street right next to you guys.
And surrounding the park, is it just all streets? Is there any part of the park that's bordering on like the wilderness, or
No, so the park
we're in a city with walls.
the park is in the center of the city. So it is this massive, kind of like elven in design city that is backed up against the Blightwood. But this park itself is like the one piece of nature standing like untouched in the middle of the city. So at some point you will have to exit the park to get onto a city street or an alleyway somewhere.
Can Riven see like
Right.
which route has the most cover per se, or like possible? Like, what does he see when he looks towards the park? Like how many people there are?
Yeah, so just at first glance you see maybe 15, 20 people like across the park, like as far as you can see. The park itself is like, it probably like it would be about 4 to 5 city blocks worth of distance in every direction, pretty much. And you guys are on this one side of it that the temple kind of borders.
Are people still crowding around where Riven accidentally killed that guy with his radiant stuff?
Accidentally, yeah. So
accidentally?
let's put accidentally in quotations. Yes, people are still gathering at this point.
Idiot!
Guards,
He didn't mean to kill him.
guards are trying to cordon off the area at this point. The commotion has created a suitable distraction I guess, yeah, a distraction for the moment.
See, guys, it worked.
I say we hurry to the streets. Find back alleys as quick as we can. Stay out of sight.
All right, we'll go with
I'll
that
stay
plan.
I'll stay between you two. I'm covered in blood, so
Well, I'm not visible.
Yeah, that's a problem. Can't you do the
Anybody
whole like?
clean the blood?
No time.
Anybody-
I have a better idea. And I will... Mavra, you feel a hand rest on your shoulder for a second as I will cast invisibility on you.
hey, let's go.
Okay, so your invisibility ends.
So... Yeah, my invisibility ends. And Mavra is now invisible. And I am down a 2nd level spell slot.
Great.
Nice.
And you, as I appear, I've dressed down from my armor at this point, so you see the big fur cloak is still there, but you see relatively simple, like, green traveling clothes with a with simple and functional yet functional boots and pants. Really, oh my god. It's not. I don't think it's an outfit that any of you have really seen at this point, since I'm in my
Right.
armor whenever possible.
Right.
I've known you for 2.5 weeks, so that tracks.
Yeah.
Okay. So,
Well-
Mavra is turned invisible. What are you guys doing from there?
We head to the alleys.
Agreed. Right now, my plans have failed tremendously, so let's just go with the orders.
We get out of the vicinity of the crime scene, and then we walk.
Yeah, Riven's just gonna follow Wolfred.
Okay. So, as you guys begin booking it through the park, are you guys trying to be stealthy at this point?
Or
Wanna act
nonchalant.
Alright, I'm still going to require a stealth check. So, it'll be based off of your guys' group roll. Mavra, you do have advantage.
And Riven has disadvantage.
You don't have advantage for stealth because you look like a blandsome elf. People would have
Oh, no, but even
disadvantage
then I
on
have
recognizing
signal.
you. What's up?
No, but Riven has half plate, so that's disadvantage.
Oh, sorry. I thought you asked. I thought you were saying you had advantage. But yes, no.
No,
With
no,
half plate, you
disadvantage.
do have disadvantage. Yes.
Alright, we'll start
First rule
rolling
of the
stealth.
game, boy.
I'm scared.
Then. Oh boy.
Okay.
Not bad. Nat 20.
Alrighty.
16 from me.
That looks great,
Which is-
guys. All right.
I mean, we do have a nat 20 in there.
You do have a
At
nat
the very
20.
least.
Excuse me, you should roll with advantage because he's short. I'm kidding.
So that's an average of 16, so that's not bad. Yeah, you guys begin moving through the park. As you guys begin going through kind of nonchalant, you see some people passing around you guys, and you start seeing a little bit more of a guard presence as they are starting to search the area for any suspicious individuals. You see them talking to people that were around the street when it happened and stuff like that. Are you guys trying to exit on the far side, or where are you trying to exit?
Far side of...
The
Yes,
park,
far side away from
far
the
side.
church.
furthest from the church, or
Yes.
okay.
Probably,
Yes.
yeah.
I also want to stress, as you guys are walking, it may pop into some of your minds that your wagon is currently in front of the church.
Oh yeah, the wagon's compromised.
We can buy a new one.
Okay. So, you guys start trudging through the church, or not through the church, through the park as nonchalantly as possible. No guards seem to approach you guys, at least none that seem to have enough interest in you as you continue to move through. No one seems to stop you, and as you guys, almost counting the seconds waiting to be caught, you get to the other side of the park where it opens onto street side. What is your guys' plan? As you guys have now put quite a bit of distance between yourselves and the church.
I suppose we just head to the wilds or something. Hide out, maybe.
Right.
Trying to get into town was a challenge. I think getting out of town at this exact second might also become a challenge.
Shall we find an inn or some such to post up for a while?
Won't
Might
they-
be the best option.
At least long enough to get our messes cleaned up.
Won't they be checking the inns though?
Why would
I
they?
mean, if somebody just murdered somebody, I doubt they'd stay at an inn close by.
I don't think we should stay at an inn close by either.
I just think a lot of people, if one of them have any thoughts of, think we're suspicious, they could easily just notify a guard.
Usmir, doesn't your grandmother live here?
She did, but they said that she was in jail now. I guess we could always go to her house, but I'm not sure the condition or anything that it would be in at this point, or if somebody else is taking residence there. But we could always try.
Well, priority one should be getting the blood off of us. And then we can consider a place to hide out. If we can find somewhere that doesn't require us to leave a trace of coin spent or some such, I think that would be ideal.
Right, I guess we'll go to Grandma's house.
Yep.
Okay. So, heading to your grandmother's house. She lives further on the back side of town. As you begin navigating your way through the streets, you find yourselves twisting down this almost like maze-like city where much of the buildings are very much so like built as they went, not necessarily like marking where the roads were originally going to be. It seems like this city was very haphazardly built almost. Like it boomed out of nowhere and they were just trying to build as much lodging as they could. So, you guys proceed. Definitely not pulling up a map for Grandma's house because definitely expected you guys to go there. Alrighty. There we go. How big is your grandmother's house? Uzmir?
It wasn't that big.
Okay.
I mean, like 2-bedroom, 3-bath. No.
3 acres,
If I remember
guard
correctly,
towers.
It only had,
Yeah.
It only had like the one closet and it was full of
It was basically a fortress for brooms.
Yeah, a fortress made out of
Oh,
brooms?
that's such a fun campaign.
No, fortress for brooms.
Oh, okay, I see. I distinctly
Look
remember...
up most impenetrable castle, and you'll find it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I figured it was something like that. So... I just wanted to make sure we were on the same page as far as that goes. Alrighty. So, a 1-bedroom cottage. As always, just make do with what's gonna work.
Yeah, didn't we use the map in the one-shot?
Yeah, we did.
No, I don't think we had a map in the one shot.
I think it was more like a forest area with the cabin.
Here. Be fine. There's so many just random fucking shit. Part of my language. I can't get a map to upload. Stupid. So you guys get to the house. It's a pretty small cottage. The door is currently locked. Are you breaking down the door? Do any of you guys have lockpicks or anything?
Yeah, didn't we get lockpicks out of that chest?
I will have to check. I
You will
don't think I
have
do.
lockpicks on you, do you not?
Oh wait, yeah, I did because I unlocked the chest.
Thieves' tools.
Use tools.
Right.
I also have some just in case.
Right.
I
Okay.
peek below.
So go ahead and roll me a lockpick check. Should be underneath your ability scores. If it's
Sleight
not
of
on
hand?
there, then you can do sleight of hand if it's not on there. But I believe you have lockpicks on your sheet. You do. Underneath your like skills and ability scores and your passive wisdom, you have lockpicks.
Oh, okay.
Okay. That is a 12. It's not a super like amazing lock, so you manage to pick it fairly quickly. As you do, you guys come into a living room scattered with brooms everywhere. Like everywhere. If there is space for a broom to go, there is a broom in there.
Osmir,
Oh,
why did they
Granny.
confiscate these when they took her to jail?
I don't know.
Hells. We'll not want for cleaning supplies anytime soon.
Granny loved her brooms.
Yes,
That's a lot of
indeed.
brooms.
Why brooms?
Don't question Granny.
I'm just saying this to no one in particular.
Alrighty. We'll go with this for now. So, safety for the moment as you guys filter into the building. This for now. I know it just looks like a really shitty place, but also it's what we're gonna use. So as you guys begin filtering in, the place has not been kept up with very well. But you guys filter through the interior, safe for the moment. At this point, Mavra's invisibility is probably running out. I believe it lasts an hour, correct?
Mm-hmm.
You guys managed
But
to...
we're inside, so it should be fine.
Yeah. You guys should be perfectly fine at this point.
So we're missing Kavra.
Oh, yeah. I forgot. She's been dead for a while, so I was like... Alright. Oh. That is what I want. And Kavra. Controlled by Mavra. Save settings. Okay. So what do you guys want to do?
Probably get the blood off of everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna
Yeah, I'll
say
start-
probably wash off.
Probably
start
not a bad idea.
Prestidigitated what I can.
Okay. Prestidigitationing.
Press the
Prestidigitation.
That's stealth.
Words.
Words can be hard sometimes. That's why we'll only hold it against you for a little bit. So, as you begin to prestidigitation the blood away from everybody and off their clothing and everything like that, you guys find yourselves cleaned up quite a bit. Less apparent on Riven if he's still wearing his disguise, but
He is.
yeah, so you guys have a moment of quiet where nobody is trying to murder you or anything like that. You guys aren't currently trying to murder anyone else
For now.
for now. So, what is the plan? What are you guys doing?
Do we even have a plan?
I figure we should at least lay low for a minute.
We should.
I think more than a minute will be needed here.
Give it a day or so. Maybe give us time to find a way out of the city that does not use the front gates.
Is the city like walled, or is it like more of an open?
It's walled. So,
Okay.
Here. Let me give you a bit of an explanation of the layout of the city. So the city actually sets into the Blightwood slightly, with some of the forest curling around towards the front side. Near the northern side of the city, there are two separate gates. One that goes straight north, and then one that heads off northwest. There's one that goes directly south into the Blightwood. And then there's another one that goes straight west out of the city, around the edge of the Blightwood. That's the gate that you guys came in would be that one. The one that is butted up against the west side of the forest itself. The original gate when you guys first arrived would have been the northern gate, where they didn't allow you all to come in, and then you guys skirted around the western edge of the city. Near the northeast side of the city, there is another gated area with its own walled off section, and that is where the castle grounds are. And then you guys are on the southern side, so you guys aren't too far from the southern gate right now. Granny's house is pretty close to it.
Well, either way, we're staying here for a bit. Also, Riven's gonna check Mavra's sister and see if she's still like sleeping or.
Mavra's sister is still unconscious. She is breathing. Her breathing is a bit labored, I guess would be the best way to put that. But she is currently like breathing, and like her wounds are like, she doesn't have any wounds currently or anything like that.
And does Riven see like any like effects from the curse bringing her back to life?
What do you
Like
mean by
openly.
effect?
For instance, Riven has the black not ooze thing, but black like skin thing all over his arms, like stuff like that.
The only sign of a any effect of like curse-like effect or anything like that was when the spell first took effect and you saw her eyes go blood red, like just red
Okay.
orbs.
Well, at least she's alive.
Best we can tell, anyways.
I mean, she is breathing. That's a pretty good sign.
Hmm. There are other signs that leave me worried.
Well, at least we need to decide whether I don't like to use the fireplace and stuff like that. I don't think we should.
No.
Then I guess we will just have to eat some of our rations, I guess. Or no meat.
Hmm.
We need to come up with a game plan sooner rather than later.
Well, right now my game
Will the
plan
neighbors catch on that someone's living in this house? Like as not, they know that its previous occupant has been arrested.
Funny thing that Granny wasn't the most popular person in town. For whatever reason. No one could really tell. Her closest neighbor, like, she is, like, off in a corner by herself, so there's no, like, direct neighbors. You'd have to walk, like, a couple blocks before you made it to another person.
Would the neighbors
Oh.
know about Usmir living with her too?
That is...
Uzmir, how long did you stay with, your granny?
It wouldn't have been a whole lot of time. I mean, it was obvious that I had stayed with her for a while because she knew me extremely well and how ignorant I was, I should say.
Right. Okay.
So people would have casually seen you coming and going, is like my point.
Yeah. It would have been apparent that she, at least, that somebody was with her and they would have seen Uzmir at some point.
Okay, so then we should be fine. Plausible deniability and all that. And I'm saying that in Elvish, so poor Wolfriend is left out.
If you're scheming, I can't understand any of it.
Not scheming, we're plotting.
We should teach
It's-
Wolfriend Elvish. That would make this so much easier.
Either that or work on your common, Mavra.
My common is not
Yeah.
terrible.
Yeah, Mavra,
just
the
easier
only
to
one,
speak.
the only one who can't fluently speak Common is like, let's teach him Elvish. All right. Let's switch you guys over to this real quick. And the area around you guys in a strange, almost surreal, like you guys didn't even realize it, shifts and changes as you are in the new map that I just bought.
Wow, Granny's magic changing cabin. Howl's moving castle.
Yeah, so it's kind of
I know,
off
right?
in the back by itself. Yeah, the closest neighbor would be about 2 blocks away, so
Holy cow, our neighbors are getting closer even.
a few blocks away. So
R.I.P. Granny couldn't even get a cul-de-sac.
There we go. That's the right size too. You've all congregated in the small study area. We played for reals, boys and girls.
Yo.
Big game.
There you go.
Oh no.
Granny had a hella nice house.
Yeah, it's actually a really nice place. That's why I was like trying to get out of that shithole that I had in there. Brooms still everywhere. She was a hoarder of one specific item, which was brooms. Whether or not she paid for all of them is up for a debate. A debate that she lost in the court of law.
I see.
First room.
So, you guys can make yourselves at home.
Damn, Granny living large.
I guess while we're here, we should probably at least try to find what we can in the house.
Any plants we should tend to while we're here?
I don't know how long Granny's gonna be locked away. Can you get Grand Theft for brooms?
Is that a me
Probably-
question or a Wolfern question?
Is
That's a
an
Wolfern question.
excellent question.
Oh, she's gonna be locked up for a long, long time.
As everybody else has walked out of the room, I turn and look at Wolfern. I'm like, we need to get that blade away from Mavra.
Agreed, wholeheartedly.
At this point, you know it's going to be a fight.
Right. I still think my order is the best way to take care of it. They're the only people I know who are used to handling cursed items like that.
But to get to your order, we have a very long ways to travel.
That's true. Oh! I'll start reaching into my bag. I'll pull out the one of the tomes that was in the chest accompanying the blade.
Yes. Okay.
It
Awesome.
was... Which one? It was...
Kind of wrote down.
the black leather tome with the eye symbol
Yep.
written in abyssal script, but not abyssal. But you neglected to mention this during the session, but you mentioned it afterwards, that book contained depictions of the blade in its completed state.
Yeah, so as you flip through the journal again, this tome, this weathered black leather and stylized eye-shaped symbol on the front that kind of gleam lightly as you like hold the book in your hand. You begin flipping through, and between these just crazed writings and drawings, you find a image of this blade broken into 7 parts within what looks like some sort of crude drawing of a summoning circle of some sort or arcane circle. But though the image is like not like the best drawing that it could be, it is very apparent. Like it shares all the same imagery as the blade that you guys have come to know up to this point.
Yeah, I'll find this page, show it to Uzmir. Take a look at this. I recognize the script. I can't make sense of any of the words. But look. Doesn't that look familiar?
Yes, it does. That right there would be our blade.
You wouldn't happen to be able to read this, would you?
I don't believe so.
What languages do you know, Uzmir?
Common, Draconic, Elvish, and Velgaran.
No, you do not recognize the language.
Damn. I'm sure if we could make sense of this, we could figure something of use. At least limit its influence until we can contain it properly.
Looking over the drawing, there are some words that the more you hold the book, the more the letters begin to shift slightly. And it's almost as if, as you both are staring at the pages, around this arcane sigil, all of the writings begin to congregate, and they begin to spell out Kalenroth.
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 What? One more time?
Kalenroth.
Right. Does that conjure anything in my mind at all?
You both can make either Arcana or History checks.
Arcana or History?
History.
What the heck? Arcana.
No.
That's a 6.
The name does not ring any bells for you. But as you look over it, almost like running your fingers across it, it begins to fade. And as you blink your guys' eyes, one or two times the page goes back to how it was. But you both recognize that this happened, and you both seem to have seen it.
Is it
saw
the
that
name
too,
of a
aye.
person or the name of the blade?
That's an excellent question. I'm sure we could figure it out if we could read this god's damn script. Do you think Riven knows any magics that could help with this?
I think it takes a bit of intelligence to have magics like that, but we could always ask.
It's worth a shot.
Well, I guess let's head to the other room.
Okay, so
Alright.
While these two are talking, can Riven ask Mavra something?
Yep.
Riven will approach Mavra and be like, "So what did happen?"
What do you mean?
Well, I saw you acting a bit odd in the chapel. And then the whole spooky magic thingy happened, and then you stabbed the priest, and now your sister's alive. So what happened?
Well, the blade, it promised me that it would bring Gavra back, and it did. It did. I don't know how, but when we were in the wagon, it just appeared back in my satchel. I didn't grab it. I didn't take it from Usmir, I promise.
Don't worry, I believe you.
I promise I didn't. But it was there, so it's like it chose me. It's like it knew I needed her back.
Is it still
And it gave her
talking
back
to
to
you?
me.
Well, I mean, she is alive. I checked, and she is breathing, but is it still talking to you?
No, it hasn't said anything to me since it brought her back to me.
Hmm. Can we do an
It
experiment
just
real quick?
experiment on what?
Well, hand me the blade wheel and see how. I want to see just how badly it has control on you.
It's
Don't
not
worry, I'm not
control.
gonna hurt it. Well, then just
It
hand
is
me the blade.
controlling me. I would have never killed that man.
Don't worry, I'll give it to you right back. I just want to know some things about the blade,
Okay.
especially after hurting, well, killing a man. As
You're
Riven just looks at them.
you're right. I'm going to pull it from my bag and try to hand it to Riven.
Okay, roll a wisdom saving throw with disadvantage. Eight. As you go to hand it to Riven, you hear in your mind this voice that's coming far too familiar. Say, Avra, take it all away. You feel this force run down your spine, and your mind goes to Kavra, and you cannot let go of the blade.
Mavra,
No, you can't take it.
what happened?
Nothing.
At this point,
It's mine.
the other two would be walking in.
All right, Mavra, I trust you. And that's one thing that you would hear.
Okay.
Oh, hello there.
Riven, can you decipher any languages?
Languages.
Do you have magic
Me.
to assist you in that?
I'm afraid not. You see, the lady is rather fickle on what she gives me. So, anything that has to do with reading, I doubt she would give me such a benefit.
Okay.
So no, I do not have magics that will suddenly make me understand whatever it is that's in that book. Or,
Well, can you read it anyways?
did I just
Bold of
say
you to
that?
assume Riven can read.
Didn't I
Oh,
already
no,
just say
what
that
am I-
my reading isn't? Rather, just hand me the book. Let's see if I can at least understand what's going on here.
What languages do you speak, Riven?
Not that's for sure.
Are you sure
he
about
only
that?
speaks Common, Elvish, and Halfling.
Yeah,
So no.
yeah, you definitely don't understand it.
Did Wolfren give him the book though?
I would have handed you the book, yeah.
All right, Riven opens it.
Of course.
Yeah, you open the book. It looks like a bunch of scribbled scrawlings, unrecognizable to you.
All right, so it's something about a caterpillar, but I'm not quite certain. Here you go. Riven just hands the Wolfman back the book.
What am I saying? You can't read. You've told me this.
Exactly. So why do you even give me
Mavra?
the book in the first place?
Yes, Wolfert?
What languages do you speak?
Any such luck? and I'll present the pages to you.
I speak Elvish, Common, and Draconic.
As you're looking at the pages, you hear in your mind, Kalenroth. Then your head starts to tinge with pain. Not enough to damage you, but enough to make you falter for a moment.
Ow.
Is something the matter?
Ow. I don't know.
I
You
mean, you
hurt?
did wince in pain. Yeah.
Did
It's one of
you
those
see
headaches
Kaladroth too?
How'd you know?
Uzmir and I saw that word in its pages. The word itself seemed to reveal itself to us. We don't know what it means. If it's a name, if it's a place,
So you heard it in
a
your
concept.
Bird, no.
No.
head too? I feel those stares through the screen.
Wolfrin's brow
Like,
is just furrowed in thought.
that exchange of looks was palpable.
Also, really just staring confused at everyone. So, what is that Colin person thingy?
Colin Roth.
Yeah, that. What is that?
We don't know.
But
And
judging by her reaction, as it's not the name of the blade, but something that goes against it.
that's a lot to intuit from just some pain. That could mean anything, really.
I've been having these headaches for days.
Since you came into possession of the blade, yes?
Come to
Please.
Yes. But I didn't steal blade. It just came. I promise.
As we were told, that's what we were talking about. The blade suddenly appeared in her possession. It's as if it knew. So Mavra didn't, go behind her backs or anything like that.
No.
No, I didn't take from Uzmir, I promise. Because Malvra has no idea that Uzmir threw it down the well.
I know you didn't take it from me. I threw it in the well. Nobody should have been able to gather it again.
And yet, here it is with us. And so, we must figure out a way to deal with it appropriately.
Deal with it.
Deal with it?
It did exactly what it promised. It brought Kovra back.
At what cost? We don't know yet.
Roughly a priest.
Priest of the Night Mother, no less, which is... Oh, God, it's been a long day.
Which is also against Mavra's religion.
Oh no.
The rest of ours as well.
Oh no.
God damn.
Riven, can I speak to you
What
outside
did
for
I-
a second?
Yeah, the horror of what Mavra did now that she's out of that whole situation is finally starting to sink in.
Oh, he knows that Furion's gonna
Mavra.
be really upset.
Once I'm me and Riven are outside the door, I put my hand like on his arm and I lean in close and I find me some rope.
Excuse me?
It wasn't a favor, it's a demand, please.
Why do you want rope?
Because
You
there's
know, if
only
you-
going to be one way we keep that blade from her.
Oh, great. Then you kill her sister.
Or
What then?
from somebody else. You cannot kill something that's already dead.
Well, apparently she's still alive. She's breathing.
She's dead.
I don't think that's something you should decide, right?
Riven, you saw her eyes the same as the rest of us. That is not her sister in there.
Well, let's wait until she wakes up so we can see if it's her.
I'm not waiting for a fight.
You're gonna be fighting her.
If she wakes up and she is something that is not her sister, I would rather it be restrained than able to attack us. Especially because at that point we'd be fighting two, not one.
And we fight then. That's just a lot of what ifs. Slimy boy.
What ifs that we can prevent if we restrain them both now and get our asses to
What ifs
Wolfrin's gang or whatever they are.
What ifs that could destroy the group entirely, Usmir? Let's say what you said is not correct. Then what happens? You just killed Mara's sister in cold blood, just because of a hint.
We're
hunch.
not killing anybody. We're restraining until we can get answers to this blade. If she has to hold on to that blade while she's restrained, so be it. But I'd rather not us get killed in the night, or killed by Mavra's sister, or fight over a weapon.
All right, I'll give you the rope. I have nothing to do with this. That's my friend you're talking about, and doing that without her. I don't
Remember
know.
this,
Feels
Riven.
wrong.
She was my friend long before yours. I
And
know
Riven
of the
just
consequences.
Hands, let's see how much feet it is that Riven has. All right, here's 50. I have 50 feet of rope, and I have manacles too.
Perfect. So I'm gonna walk back into the room.
Before this happens,
All right.
or while that previous interaction was happening, I'd just like to say, Mavra, calm yourself.
But
You-
I
You did? Yes. And your actions were not your own. It was this blade. It was the blade that used your body to go against your ideals, your morals, everything you stand for. Right? It's
yes.
not your doing, it's this blade's. Which is why we need to take care of it. So this doesn't happen again. Not to...
Furion would be so ashamed of me.
Look, maybe so. That does not mean you cannot make this right.
Wolfen, I don't. It won't let me go.
Then we'll force it to let you go. We'll find a way. I promise you that. You...
I know what I did was wrong, but will I have to lose her twice?
Wolfern just stops for a second. If we can help it, no. It just... No matter what, it might take a mite more effort, but you will have your sister back. I promise.
Okay.
We will fix the injustice of her death, and we will stop this blade from using you like its puppet.
Thank you, Wolfriend. I need to. I need to think.
As do we all, I'm sure. Shall we leave this room to you two then?
I don't know if it's wise to leave me alone.
We'll discuss this with the others. And, speaking of...
Hi, Usmir.
Uzmir?
Mavra?
Yes? I have tears still streaming down my face, by the way, because, like, I'm awake and I'm like, oh shit.
I just want to say first, you know very well that I would never do anything to hurt you.
Of course.
And at that second, I'm using wide webbing in front of me.
Okay. Is that a dexterity check?
Yep. DC 14 dexterity saving throw.
Mavra, I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
Okay.
Athletics check. My bad.
Oh, athletics check?
Oh, it's an
DC,
athletics check?
DC 14 athletics check.
Is that to escape the webbing, or...
No, oh, my bad. It is a DC 14 dexterity saving throw or become restrained.
And then the athletics check is to get unrestrained.
Yeah. Damn, she dexterous as fuck.
Mavra,
He's the rogue.
almost instinctively, Mavra leaps and lands on this side of the bed.
As this happens, I'm just gonna say, Uzmir, hold on, what's the idea?
However, Kavra is completely covered, and I'm
webbing.
sure restrained.
Yes, Kavra is definitely restrained.
What the hell?
What are
There's
you
only
doing?
one way that I'm getting that blade from you, and that's making sure that you can't fight back.
Hold on,
At this
hold on.
point, I tossed the manacles over to the other side of the bed.
Okay.
So you either restrain yourself, or we restrain you.
Hold a moment. If she can surrender the blade of her own free will, we don't have to do this. We talked.
can't.
She wants to be rid of this thing.
Wolfriend, if
I
we
can't.
and if we try to take it, we're liable to end up like the deacon. If she has to hold that blade until we get to where we're going, she should not be able to possibly use it on anybody else or get used by it. And there is only one way around that.
He's right, but I can't shackle myself. It won't let me. You're going to have to fight me.
Mavra, you wish to be stopped, yes?
Yeah, I don't want to do this anymore.
Hold person.
Okay. Roll a wisdom saving throw, Mavra.
You are not within 10 feet of me. You do not get a bonus. Also... Oh, fuck, what's my DC? What's my DC?
Oh no.
It'll be on
Where
your
is it?
spells page. Top of the spells page.
That saves.
You feel the spell wash over you, Mavra, to no effect.
Where's the one time?
The one time.
Last session, low rolls the whole time. This session, one of my friends need to stop me.
Letting loose another wide webbing. But she is still within 15
my
feet.
Okay. Mavra, roll a dexterity saving throw.
Damn, she dexterous.
Yeah, but she could roll one. Oh, never
I
mind.
could.
Jesus fuck.
She dodges out of the way as the
Told
wide
you.
webbing flies
It
over
won't.
her.
Alright.
It won't let me.
Lusmir, I thought you said this was gonna be easy. Why am I hearing loud noises out of there?
Hold person again.
Oh my god. Roll a wisdom saving throw, Mavra.
She can't get 2 high rolls in a row.
Shut up, mister. I can't get 2 nat ones in a row.
Two.
There we go.
Oh, thank God.
That's a 2. You are...
She's
Hold on.
She
Let me
is restrained until the spell ends. She gets to make a saving throw.
Not restrained. Paralyzed.
Paralyzed. She gets to make a saving throw at the end of each of her turns.
Why didn't we roll initiative for that?
That's,
Manacles and
that's
rope.
actually kind of
Actually,
true.
manacles.
We didn't roll initiative because unless things got very serious, I wasn't going to make you guys try to kill each other.
We wouldn't have committed murder.
Mavra would have.
Yeah, I don't have a choice.
Yeah, so manacles and then bounding hands and feet. Well,
Okay.
I guess technically wrists and ankles. Well, manacles, wrist, and then also ankles with rope.
I mean, manacles might be better on her legs. She
Oh, I
dexterous as
guess
fuck.
so. No, you got a point. Manacles, legs,
I'd be a running
rope,
boy.
wrists, because if she does pull out the blade, I don't want her to be able to cut the ropes off of her ankles.
She began to tie
Don't
up
take the
Mavra.
blade away from me.
And I'm using the rest of the rope on Kavra, because I don't trust that bitch.
You know, she's an innocent little girl, Makai.
Don't trust her.
Okay.
Not till she wakes up.
And we're,
Can
I'm
I
cutting off-
get either survival or sleight of hand checks to see how well you tie these ropes?
Yeah, sure.
Could I assist in this?
I rolled
Or
a
is it
14.
Okay,
too late?
already rolled 14.
I...
Okay.
Oh,
Pretty good knots. He's not a Boy Scout, but he's tied some rope in his days. Yeah, you managed to bind both of them. What are you guys doing with them? Throwing them down the well?
I don't see a well.
okay, well, they're restrained. Now what?
We gotta find a way out of here. We need a wagon or something.
And we have to do this without Avra or
Our-
potentially Kavra's help.
Yeah, our sneaky
Oh
people.
boy.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say our sneakiest people.
Who would you say is?
Me?
Well, one can
Yeah.
disguise himself. And the other could change into an animal.
Right. So that
All we need is to go get a wagon.
leaves me on guard duty, I suppose.
If anybody's going to be guarding a cursed blade, I'd rather it be you. Whether or not she keeps it on her person, I will also leave up to you, but I would suggest not taking a hold of it at this point.
Bladed weapon in hands bound by rope.
At least she
It's
can't
not-
run from you.
Maybe?
And you're the one with the spell.
Right. I've exhausted my available ether at the moment. And I'd rather not dip into my, personal reserves if I don't have to. Not now. Riven, do you still have those... What was it? Bands?
Bands.
You threw them at Sir Grimheart. On...
Oh, the
couple
iron
occasions?
bands. Oh yeah, the iron bands of that. Yeah, I do have them. Yes, very handy. Perfect for catching a Zephyrion.
Perfect
Oh,
for catching a
you-
Mavra should worst come to worst.
So you want me to hand it to you so you could use it on Mavra as a last resort?
Potentially, yes.
From my
I-
understanding, he's the only one able to use that.
Who, Riven?
You have to
Yes.
attune to it.
Yeah.
Hmm.
No, it's not attuned.
It's
Oh.
not?
No attunement. Nope.
Well, let me see then.
Oh. Yeah, I said that because I thought it was an attunement.
I thought it was 2. Oh. Anyone
Oh.
can use it as long as they... Yeah, anyone can use it.
Yep, it was the reason why I was trying. It was almost stolen twice. Riven's just gonna walk over and hand Iron Band of Bolaro to Wolfront.
Right. I hope I need not use this.
Remember, please give it back. It's very important.
It is not my item to keep. I am aware of this.
Especially if I meet Zephyrion again. I just need to use it for him to say hello. But that's neither here nor there.
And Mavra, I am so very sorry we have to do this. We'll get you free of this blade. I promise. I promise.
She's still paralyzed.
She would have been making saves all this time, right? At the end of every 6 seconds,
Yeah, so...
give or take.
How... It lasts a minute?
It lasts a minute, yes.
Yeah, so the spell would have ended by now at how long you guys have been having this conversation.
Oh,
She's
well,
completely
I mean-
bound.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's okay. I understand.
Still, captivity feels good for no one. And I
It
can't
means
say
I
I'm
don't
all too
hurt
thrilled.
anybody. It means I don't hurt anybody else, and then I don't live with guilt. It okay. It's okay.
I still feel kind of dirty doing this to a friend. As Riven just scratches the back of his head.
It's only for the
That's-
time being. We would never do anything to hurt Mavra. But the longer we postpone going and getting something to get out of here, the longer she's going to be bound.
Alright then, what's the plan,
Ooh.
Bluesmere? Because if we don't get our story straight, then what happened last time is going to happen this time.
Simple. All you've got to do is buy a wagon.
All right, simple. Nothing could possibly go wrong.
You're really making me regret taking you.
Well, you really have no other option, do you? It's either me or Mr. Guard Duty over there.
I'm putting my armor back on at this point. Or
Okay.
resummoning it, I should say.
Yep.
And you're in luck, Uzmir, because I have to do the talking this time.
Oh, need you coin for this? I have an amount I can lend.
Oh, definitely. I definitely
do
need
me any
coin.
good.
Yes. As Rift immediately walks towards Wolfrand, I definitely need coin.
I cannot remember how much the wagon was last time.
I think you guys paid 600 gold pieces for it or something like that.
Yeah, so that'd be what, 60 platinum pieces?
Yep.
So
But you
I
guys
pull
got
out.
a very, very expensive wagon. Also, it's probably still sitting in front of the church.
Yeah, but I pull out my coin purse and shake it, and I was like, "Don't worry, still got us covered."
Right. And oh,
But just in case,
you-
something a little extra.
I'm just gonna squint at Riven.
What's with that face? I'm doing this for
Nothing.
the group, of course.
Nothing.
At this point,
In any case, if you can swing it, it'd be best to get our existing cart out from the front of the church.
agreed.
Assuming it's not currently under investigation. Or maybe it is. And you managed to sneak it out anyhow.
Let's see how well that goes.
Oh.
You know us.
Best of luck.
Nothing goes according to plan.
First off, you're not going out looking like yourself.
No, I'm not. I am. Don't you see me? I am an elf that
Oh,
looks
you still-
downtrodden on his luck.
Yeah, his disguise only ends when he wants it to.
Yep.
They would have seen you close to the church earlier, though, so a new disguise would probably be the best.
So what kind of disguise you want? I can do it. Pretty much almost anything as long as it's human. Like
Look like Mavra.
Something
I did
merchanty.
merchanty.
You could look like
Alright.
Faraday.
Riven's
Yes.
gonna turn into a human. Like Faraday.
Faraday was a dragonborn, but
Oh yeah, but he's gonna be like human with Faraday clothes.
okay, I see what you're saying. Yep.
So how they look? Pompous, posh.
Special.
Well, yeah, that too.
I'm trusting in you, Riven.
Yes, I know. I'm gonna take this seriously. I want Mavra out of this curse thing too.
And as
Wait, what are you
soon
gonna be?
as I hit
as-
the bottom step, I become an axe beak.
Okay.
Oh, okay. That answers my question.
Okay. So as you two head into town, where are you trying to go? Are you trying to go to just a place that's selling wagons, or are you trying to retrieve your old one? What's the plan?
First, I think Riven's gonna head towards the old wagon, see how tightly guarded it is from a
Okay.
distance.
So you guys begin that trek. Not there. So as you two head off, there we go. Winding through the city streets. The house is quiet. The three of you. Abra's still unconscious. Mavra tied up on the floor. Is Mavra laying on the floor, or is she like set up against the edge of the bed? Like,
If actually, Mavra, any particular position you would prefer to be positioned in?
I'll just scoot. It's
Face
okay.
down,
I
ass
don't want
up.
you any closer than you have to. So I'm going to scoot myself against the edge of the bed.
okay. Yep. Easy enough to do.
It's fine. I'm protected by the shadows themselves. You'll have to try very hard to breach this armor.
Better not to risk, I think.
I can risk it enough to get you in a comfortable position. Come on. And I'll just scoot you up how you want to be.
Okay. Fred, can you take a pillow from the bed and put it on your butt? It's floor art.
Oh. Yes. Of course. I'll reach around, grab that. Do so.
Yep.
Is that better?
Yeah.
Right. And I will post up, I guess, against this. What is this?
It's an armoire.
Yeah, I'll just sit down, leaning against that. Greatsword at the ready, or bands at the ready,
Okay.
rather.
Yep. You got the Pokeball in your hand.
Yep. Well within reach.
Hey, old friend.
Yes.
Your order, they teach people how to not get taken over by cursed things, right?
Not just anyone, but yes, handling of curses is something that is learned. That and what curses not to take. Because some are too much for any mortal to handle.
Yeah, I see that.
Hey,
You know, I didn't mean for this to happen.
no one ever does. It's a rare privilege, even, to take on a cursed object for one of my order. I only did after many, many years of servitude. And, of
What?
course, Riven is off with his own. But that is a conversation I will have with him later.
Well,
Anyways.
Riven knows how to deal with cursed things, and you do too. Like, could you train me?
I maybe could.
Because
Then again,
if I can,
the techniques for doing such vary from what curse you are taking on. And we know little and less about the one you carry.
but what if we could? What if we could know? What if we could? What if I could use it to save my sister and do good and not let it control me anymore?
That's
Maybe I don't have to lose Kavra if you teach me how to overcome it, and then
that's a rather big ask. For me alone, anyways. I
But
could.
you trained that one girl?
I did. In
I-
combat. Less so. Handling of curses. So, actually,
Can
DM,
we...
did why am I forgetting her name? Come on.
Are you
Reyna.
Reyna.
Did-
Yep.
Do I know if she has any cursed objects like I do? Like if she's gotten to that point yet?
She.
I mean, she wielded the halberd briefly, but
Yeah, but she wasn't actually using it to its full potential when she was wielding it. You are aware that she does have a cursed object that is in the form of a ring, but that's about all you know. When deciding whether or not she was ready, they consulted you, and with the minor curse that was on the object, it was decided that she could wield it, but you're not sure exactly what the ring does or anything like that.
well, it took months of training for her to be able to handle a minor curse. Something in a ring. I don't know much about its true nature. The blade, it seems powerful. Maybe in time, perhaps. Though I do not wish to get your hopes up, should such a thing prove impossible. Again, some
I just-
curses are too much for anyone to handle.
I don't want to be consumed by darkness. I don't want to hurt anybody anymore. And maybe if you can help me learn how to resist the curse, maybe I don't have to hurt anybody. Maybe I don't have to be tied up. Maybe it's something I can overcome, and then I can use the blade for good, and I don't have to say goodbye to my sister, and it's worth trying, right?
Right. As you are saying, as you say, specifically consumed by darkness, you sense something from Wolfriend. I don't know if I can have you make an insight check. If on me, if the DM would allow that.
Yeah, Marva, can you make an insight check, but for the moment, make it with advantage.
Oh. Oh.
Oof. Amazing rolls, my bro.
Marva, you notice the briefest of reaction from Wolfriend when you start speaking of being consumed by darkness.
Well, we can try. We'll start by learning as much as we can about this curse. About the nature of its source, if it can be controlled at all. Just how sentient it is, and if it is, what manner of being is inhabiting it. There's still much we still need to learn. And to do all of this, we'll need to reach my order first. So, we worry about that first. One step at a time.
Then why don't you take the blade? Why don't you hold on to it? because I don't know how to defend myself against a curse, but you do, and we don't know. We might have to fight, and then if we have to fight, are you going to leave me bound here? If we're attacked by bandits or raiders,
I
do you you would have to trust me at your back. So we need to do something.
I can try and take the blade. If
I can't keep you from taking it.
I suppose not. Well, and I'll walk up and try and take the blade from Mavra.
Okay. Grab the blade.
Simple as that.
Everyone dies.
Simple as that.
I'll back up, place the blade on the ground in front of me,
Mhm.
where everyone can see it, and just have it sit there. You worry about combat. If it should come to that, I'll place the blade on my possession. But for now, it's better that none of us have contact with it. Not while we know so little.
Now that I don't have the blade, can you untie me so I can change Kavra's clothes? I don't want her getting sores.
I'm gonna insight check that.
Okay. Roll an
That's
insight check.
truly her intentions.
Roll an insight check. 17?
17?
As she says that, there is truth in her words. There is something that seems a bit off, but I mean, this whole situation is a bit off. But when she says she would like to be untied to take care of Kavra, it seems that at the very least, she's being truthful in that part. Whether or not there's something else going on is hard to say.
Truthfully, I'm not certain that's wise.
Do you want to change her clothing?
I can.
She also needs a bath. Her flesh is filthy.
That's... okay. I have no guarantees.
Well, friend, I don't have the blade anymore, and I'm tied up.
That does
Can
not
you at least
mean...
fetch a bucket of water and a sponge, then. She needs to be cared for.
That's...
I can't move. She's been my concern the whole time. I only care about her, and she'll get bed sores. Please.
I think it's wisest that I steel myself and try and take care of that myself. If that's all right with you.
Well, go get a steel bucket and a cloth and heat the water. I think there's some soaps in my bag.
Right. This blade is coming with me. and
Okay.
I'll pick it up and just sort of stash it in my belt. And I'm going to try and locate the required materials while also doing my best to keep an eye on, or if not an eye, an ear on Mavra.
Yeah, because you'll have to leave the room to get most of that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And you're taking the cursed blade with you?
Yes. It is in my
Okay.
belt.
Okay. Can I, Wolfriend, have you make a wisdom saving throw with disadvantage?
Disadvantage?
Uh-huh. 13.
That's a 13.
Okay. So, what all are you trying to gather?
Bucket, sponge, soap, fresh clothing.
Okay. The clothing you might be able to find in this room. You are pretty sure you saw a bucket out in the dining area, and there is a sink that probably has some sort of fire aether stone.
Ah. Or, I mean, there's a bath in the room. Right? That's what this is?
Yeah, that's a bath. There's not actually water in it right now. It still has to be, like, filled up.
Oh, right. Well. Yeah, I'll get started on that, I suppose.
Okay. So... As you exit the room, Mavra, you see Wolfriend leaving. Where did you put the blade, Wolfriend?
It's in my belt.
Okay.
Just sort of tucked in.
Mavra, as he leaves the room and your eyes kind of readjust, see the slight shimmer across the blade. And then you hear Kavra start kind of moving around a bit. As you like twist your head over and try to force your body over, you see her looking at you and she just goes, Mavra?
Kavra? You're awake.
Where are we?
We're in a cabin. We're in a lorry.
Why am I tied up? Where are you tied up?
It's a long story, dear sister, but we're okay now. It's for our own safety, I promise, but they'll untie us soon, okay?
Okay. Wolfriend, as you begin pouring water in a bucket, you hear talking in the other room.
Oh. I guess once the first bucket is ready, because I assume I'm going to be filling the bath bucket by bucket.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll walk in with the first bucket, see Kavra's awake. Oh, you're awake. I, apologize for the restraints. It's a long story, but we have time. I'll empty out the bucket. Just know, I promise you, this is for your own safety and for the safety of everyone else. We're dealing with some powerful cursed magics.
Okay.
I should have asked Riven and Newsmere to buy a lead box. Lead dampens magics, you see?
But why
And-
why are we tied up?
It's because we have good reason to suspect that you or potentially Mavra might be a danger to yourself or others. And until we can confirm that, we thought it prudent to bind you for the time being. I truly apologize.
Why would we be a danger?
I'll explain in a second. The water's still running. And I'll go back to fill up the next bucket.
It's a curse, Kavra.
Oh,
Just rest, okay? Just rest.
everything's gonna be all right.
Yeah, everything's going to be just fine.
Okay.
Well, friend, are you planning on taking a bath in front of us? I call out.
No. This one's for
Why are you?
Kavra. I think.
Why does She's clean. She hasn't walked or sweated. What are you doing?
Did you not tell me to draw a bath?
No. Why would I?
You were worried about sores on Kavra.
After she's been lying down for 3 hours?
That's... Hmm.
However, you also see the blade in his belt as well.
Oh no, wolf friend.
What? What is it?
You took the blade.
I did. To make sure you or Kavra didn't run for it and, do something untoward.
Well, friend, I'm bound. And I didn't ask you to draw a bath.
Well, friend, how long have you had that?
A couple minutes at this point?
Sure.
Am I?
So,
Takes a while.
Uzmir and Riven,
Oh no. Oh, dude.
as you guys
Meanwhile,
are
in prison.
heading down the city streets, imagine there's a bunch of people on there, going and coming from different directions. You guys are heading towards the church first.
Yeah, the old coach area.
Okay. So as you guys move through the streets, you guys are getting closer and closer to the church, and the commotion has died down quite a bit. Actually, we can throw you over here. As you guys pull up, you see your wagon is still there. It doesn't seem like anyone has fucked with it. The space where the body was laying on the stairs looks like it's been cleaned up slightly. There's still blood stained on the stone stairs, but for the most part, everyone has cleared out of that area. The doors are cordoned off, it looks like, the temple, with fantasy caution tape.
So are there any like guards around the wagon or no?
As you guys are walking by, you see like a guard over like across the street, about probably a good 150 feet away, who looks like he's standing post. For a moment, it looks like he looks at you guys, but he seems to avert his gaze without seemingly suspecting you guys of anything, and begins to walk away.
Riven's just gonna whisper to the bird, as if like trying to mask that he's like petting it and just soothing it. Should we try and take the old wagon? Just nod your head once. Don't balk. I can't understand you. I'm not Mavra. Just nod your head once if you say yes.
I shake my head slightly, yes.
Okay, then let's go. And Riven's gonna lead the axe beak Usmir towards the wagon.
Okay. Did you start
just walking normally?
Did you
I'm
start?
totally
Go ahead.
picturing the axe beak makes chocobo noises, by the way.
It definitely makes chocobo noises. You can imitate those as much as you want. What does those chocobo sound like? Who's man? Quark! So you start leading him over to the wagon. As you do, what are you doing? Are you just like hooking out to the wagon?
Riven's gonna try and hook the wagon to Usmir as subtle as possible, like more of like a okay, this is normal type of like.
All right, roll a performance check.
This is good.
I just feel like Riven is the type of person who says, let's be nonchalant about this, and then immediately is the most chalant person in the world. And
Oh yeah.
I am correct. So as you start walking up, kind of just like over exaggerating everything that you're doing to like make sure everyone knows what you're doing is normal, to a degree that it's getting kind of weird. Some people start like looking over to you, but more walking away because they don't want to deal with the situation.
That was the perfect normal performance.
It takes you a minute to get Usmir all latched up and everything like that, but you managed to get it done. Are you just taking the wagon straight back to Grandma's house?
Shit, I didn't think this through. And the brains of the operations right there. He's Bird. Oh no.
Red brain.
Riven's just trying to think. I was trying to think like, okay, let's just go past the church and see if anyone stops us. As he whispers this to Usmir, and then he's gonna try and he's gonna get on the coach part of the wagon and just gonna pretend that he's driving it, but it's actually Usmir.
Okay. So as you begin going down the road, are you guys taking any detours or anything?
Can Riven see any detours, possible detours?
I mean, you could go down like side roads and stuff like that. It'll slow you down a little bit. It's already around a 45-minute walk from Grandma's house to get here.
I am kind of like checking behind us and looking around as I'm walking to make sure we're not being followed
Okay.
by anyone.
Yep, go ahead and roll perception checks. 20. As you begin rolling, you see maybe not the same guard, but you see another guard kind of peeking out of an alleyway as you guys roll off. But he is out of sight just as fast as you saw him.
taking a side road after I see the guard.
Okay.
And an immediate
trusts
another
those fears, so-
road to the left after that. Right, then left.
Okay. So as you begin kind of weaving between side roads and trying to stay out of sight, after a few blocks, you stop seeing, like, you haven't seen anyone kind of eyeing you.
Headed to Grandma's house.
Okay. So, as you guys are heading to Grandma's house, it's gonna take you a little while to get there, but we will have you arriving momentarily. Is there anything that you
Just as
two
Wolfman's
want
taking
to
it back.
discuss? And by you two want to discuss, I mean, is there anything Riven wants to say to a bird that can't talk to him?
So, what do you think about the situation? Oh yeah, that's right. You're a bird.
Chocobo
This
sounds.
is so boring. Riven just dies of boredom.
Yeah. Anything Riven wants to talk out now that he has a captive audience?
Nope.
Okay. Back to Grandma's house for a moment.
At least not right now. Right now they're trying to get back here.
Okay. Wilfred, you have these thoughts. There's something's not adding up. You remember having this conversation with Mavra. You remember taking the blade, but Mavra seems to have no memory of this. The blade is in your possession. You don't hear any voices in your head, which is strange in and of itself, because you've held this blade, or at least been privy to its effects before.
I'm going to try and take the blade, put it on the kitchen table, just set it down and walk away.
Yeah, you do so.
Nothing?
As you walk away, blade is on the table. Doesn't seem to have any effect on you.
I'm just gonna give it a look. Poke my head back into the room.
Okay.
Mavra? Kavra?
Yes, Wolfriend?
How are you feeling? Both of you.
Normal?
Normal. How do you feel about the blade in this moment?
Indifferent?
Insight check. Just make sure that's the truth.
Yeah, roll an insight check.
That's a 9.
He seems completely truthful.
Kavra? Anything on your end?
About what?
Anything. Anything at all.
I mean, my body hurts. Feel lots of aches and pains, but
I'd know that as standard for someone coming back from the dead.
yeah, she's gonna be pretty beat up for, like, probably the better part of a couple weeks before she's fully recovered from the resurrection.
Ah,
The
yeah, that's
ropes are kind of
Normal.
uncomfortable.
also not unexpected. We're dealing with powerful magics here. I don't trust anything. Mavra, You asked me to draw a bath, yes?
No?
I swear to gods you did. Hold on. Wolfram just starts sort of pacing.
Pacing around this room, or?
Around this, like kind of just in this area.
Okay. As you begin pacing back towards the door, the knife is no longer on the table.
Where did it go? Where did it go?
You begin looking around, it is in your belt loop.
Oh no. Oh god damn it all.
What's wrong?
I set the blade on the kitchen table.
Mavra, when he came into the room, the knife, like the blade was still in his belt.
No, you didn't.
What? I'm going to take the blade and throw it into the other room, just on the floor.
So as the blade leaves, as you lift your hand from your belt loop and you go to throw the blade, it is not in your hand, it is in your belt loop.
Like I didn't even pick it up?
You felt the blade in your hand, and then it was like the moment you were throwing it, it was no longer in your hand.
Mavra? When you found the blade in your possession when it was thrown into the well, unbeknownst to all of us, you found it back in your possession inexplicably. Correct?
It was in my bag, yes.
I'm going to scoot over here.
Huh?
Pick the blade out of my belt. Just hold it at arm's length and drop it.
And
You see that I'm doing this, yes? Kavra? You
I
too?
see it.
Mavra and Kavra. Well, I don't need to say this to Kavra because I'm Kavra, but Mavra, you see him pacing around the room and frantically almost, and he reaches towards like his belt loop, and it's like he's miming throwing this knife, and like he's not even getting close to pulling it off of his possession. And so you see him just like miming dropping a blade.
Why are you just gesturing wildly?
What? No, I have...
What are
I'm
you
going to-
what are you trying to do? You're scaring me.
Oh god. I'm just going to hold the blade in my hand.
Yeah, you see it in your hand.
The blade is in my hand.
Mavra,
Yes?
you do not. It is on his belt loop.
It is on your belt, Wolfren.
As you look down, Wolfriend, it is on your belt loop. It is no longer in your hand.
I am going to...
Wolfren, walk over here. Let me take possession of it again.
I don't think that's a good idea.
Wolfriend, I am tied up. You are not. If anybody's going to kill anybody, it's going to be you killing us.
I know. I have a different idea. And I'm going to walk up to Mavra and start undoing the ropes.
Okay.
I still... And once they're undone, I am going to hand Mavra the iron bands of Bolero.
Uh-huh.
And, the rope I just took off of her.
Okay.
I'm going to sit down. You are going to tie this rope around me. I'm strong, but not that strong. And if anything gets out of hand, use this. Handing her the bands of Bolero.
Okay.
Do we have a plan?
Yes.
All right. And I am going to sit down, dispel my armor, actually,
Okay.
and do my damnedest to try and submit to this.
Yeah, so as Mavra begins tying you up, doesn't seem like there's any effect that's causing you to fight against it. Mavra, go ahead and roll either survival or sleight of hand to tie the rope.
Okay. It's loading. Give me just a second.
I am
You
no
might have
longer
to
seeing you
refresh.
on roll 20.
Oh, there's a sleight of hand though.
That's a 9. That is not a very tight knot.
My hands are numb from being tied up.
Yeah.
So, Wolfram, you feel like the rope is not like the tightest that it could be. You are aware, Wolfram, yourself, being tied up prior to this in different situations that I won't get into, because not all of them were against his will. But
What do you mean?
this is not the tightest rope job. You could probably break free of it if you really wanted to. But Mavra's hands are shaking a little bit, and she doesn't seem fully sure of the situation, but you are tied up, technically speaking.
All right, this should be fine for now. The blade is on my belt. Let's just keep it there for now. If I start getting up, start walking around anywhere, I want you to use the iron bands of Bolero on me. All right? And oh gods, there's going to be some explaining to do once Riven and Uzmir get back.
So, as you guys sit there tied up, Mavra, are your legs still shackled, or have you like taken those off, or are you just leaving them shackled?
I wasn't
Oh.
sure if they were locked manacles or not, so I thought that maybe somebody
Oh.
had a key.
Yeah, I kind of forgot about the manacles, actually. I would have undone those, and then also, like, suggested that those be put on my legs
Okay.
at this point.
Ribbon never gave me a key, and I never gave it to anybody else.
Mavra has lockpicks. Were you wanting to take? Would you have let her pick the lock to make sure those manacles go on your feet, or?
I guess so, yeah.
Okay. So Mavra, go ahead and roll a lockpicking check for me. Anyone? Yeah, easy enough. You transfer the manacles over, and you are suitably immobilized for the time being, Wolfriend. As the chains lock around, what are you doing, Mavra?
I'm going to climb into bed beside Cabra and just kind of like sit on the edge when my legs are beside and watch Wolfriend.
She turns to you and goes, do I still need to be tied up?
You know, I'm not sure.
Me either. I'm so sorry, dear sister. I think that there's too many variables right now, but you know I will do everything to keep you safe.
I'm beginning to believe it be fine. However, we should still wait until Riven and Uzmir get back.
I agree. When they come back, then we can figure out what's going on.
Also, would you mind, giving me the pillow you were using earlier?
Oh, yeah, of course. I do so. The floor is unusually hard
you.
here, no?
Hard as any floor, I suppose.
So, as you guys resettle in, it isn't too long, around 30-ish minutes before your two compatriots show up. Do layers. Oh, with the wagon. Grab the wagon and put it on there too. There you go. So, you guys return to the house.
Ew, that was a trip.
I just hope that nobody saw us.
Oh, I'm sure we were discreet enough. You make
It's
the
only
perfect axe speak.
a matter of time before somebody notices this wagon here, though.
Well, then let's get the others and let's just get out here.
So,
Does
Wolfriend, you hear the doors open. Mava, are you sleeping at this point? It's been 30 minutes. Or are you guys trying to stay awake? What's going on? Kavra has fallen asleep.
I'm still awake.
Okay.
Yeah, I will caution everyone to try and stay awake.
Yep. As you guys open the bedroom door, you now see Mavra completely free, sitting on the bed, and Wolfriend tied up and shackled.
Right.
Well, friend,
I do have some explaining to do. I realize this.
This is about how I figured this would go.
I would like you to look at my left hip. That will explain everything.
Riven looks at the left hip.
There is what looks like one of Mavra's daggers in his belt loop.
Huh?
There's just a dagger.
Fuck!
What?
Oh no.
You just have
Wait.
a dagger, Wolfriend.
Wait, what?
Like I said, this is about how I figured it would go.
Hold on. I look at my hip. Is the blade still there?
It's a dagger. It's one of Mavra's daggers.
Is the blade anywhere on my person?
No, Mavra's currently has it.
What? No, it was with me. It was bound to... What?
Wolfriend, what did you do?
I picked up the blade, and it started really liking me.
But you have a
So?
dagger on you right now.
I see that.
And
I'm
why
just-
are you tied up?
Because I thought I was in possession of the blade and needed to be such.
And what's with all that water?
That's... I was told to prepare a bath, and about halfway through preparing it, oh God.
You took me instead, and this was what happened.
Look, Riven, like you wouldn't have ended up in this exact situation.
Maybe.
You.
But this is amusing.
Gods
Mavra.
damn it!
Mavra, are you awake?
Alright, I'm gonna...
Don't wake her up.
She's not asleep.
I'm not asleep.
Okay.
I'm gonna wiggle out of the rope at this point.
Yeah, it's really easy to wiggle out of the rope. Your legs are still shackled.
Does someone
Riven
have
That
the
was
key?
pointless.
Riven, can you unshackle him, please?
But I don't have the
God,
key.
do I feel like a damned fool?
You've got a
Because-
lockpick.
At this
You
point,
had-
Kavra wakes up with the commotion, and she goes, "Who are you?"
These are my
Friends of Mavra.
Kavra, look, it's Usmir.
We already pointed out that I don't know Kavra.
Yeah, he left the village before Kavra was old enough to
Oh, that's right. You
remember
left when
anything,
I was 13.
Yeah,
and
she
Kavra's
wasn't
only
born
50.
yet.
She wasn't born yet,
Yeah.
so.
Yeah, she's only 50.
Riven, are you having to lockpick your own manacles?
Yep. Yep, he doesn't have the key.
He lost the key? Oh my god.
Just pick it up.
I don't
Like,
think he
yeah.
ever had it.
14's not high enough, Riven. Riven is trying to lockpick him, and you see like a bead of sweat go across his forehead, and then one of his lockpicks snaps.
Riven, stop
Um,
fucking around.
Wolfriend, I think we have a problem.
What do you mean? No.
Just a small problem, nothing too major, but I
Please
may-
tell me you have another. Please.
Mavra, do you have any lockpicks?
She does, as a matter of fact.
Ew.
Is Mavra untied, like, completely?
Yeah, there's nothing holding her down.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, Mavra, could you please, pick the lock, because I have no confidence in my ability right now. Thank you.
Well, you warned, my hands are a little shaky.
Well, mine have always been shaky. I trust yours better than mine. Oh, we're
21.
so lucky.
21.
Within a few seconds, it is unlocked.
Okay.
Nice, can you give them back, please? And my...
Yes, I gave Mavra the bands because I thought she would need them.
Oh, well, she can keep it.
Oh,
But
gods, do I
I-
feel the fool.
Riven takes the
assuming-
handcuffs.
You took the blade from her then.
I did. Or, I thought I did.
But you don't.
In order to be in
How-
this position, he would have had to have touched it.
But doesn't Mavra have the blade?
She does at this moment, but we don't know what happened while we were away. And apparently, Wolfried doesn't either.
Well,
No,
this is fucked.
I can tell you events as I experienced them.
But can we trust them, though? If you can't trust yourself, then...
Look, maybe it's not exactly what happened. Apparently, this blade has the ability to befuddle the mind. Which
And
I
Wolfram?
suppose we already knew.
I think we've already gathered that, yeah.
That's why we said not to touch
Not
the
in
blade.
this way. Oh, man.
For someone that prevents curses, you get cursed a lot, Wolfried.
It's not
Riven just smirks.
prevention of curses, it's wielding of curses. And nothing like this.
Can I be untied now?
Oh yes, Mavra, can you please untie your sister?
I've got it. It's pained me enough to see her in restraints this long. And I'll just sort of pull the... was it slime holding her down?
No, it was rope.
No, they got
Okay,
rid of, he got rid of
okay.
the webbing and put rope around her.
Okay.
If it was slime, they'd all be poisoned as fuck.
Oh,
Yeah.
right. Okay. That's how that works. Alright. Yeah, I will do that.
Okay. Yeah, you managed to get the ropes off of her. She kind of like moves around a bit.
So we may need to leave like immediately. So if we could just
As we
hurry
should.
up.
We need to get to... I'm pulling up the map. Where was the nearest chapter of mine to us again,
All the
DM?
way over in the fucking capital.
Yeah, the next one is over in El Macath.
This is where we need to go anyway.
Right. Oh boy, that's a trek.
Yeah.
That's a trek.
Yeah, we're
Oh
going to suffering.
boy. We need to get to El Macath. And fast.
Well, I need to go there anyway, so
That's where we'll find my order. That's where we can have knights stronger than I, more experienced than I, to take care of this curse. Contain it. Learn all we can about it. Something. We do not have the resources for this with us.
Riven.
Hmm?
You can send messages, can't you? You did it before to Zephyrion.
well, no, maybe.
So it was Zephyrion to you then.
Yes.
Yes.
Well, I guess this is where we're at now.
Yeah, but we got this. Let's just leave before any other guards show up and take our wagon.
I will say, since you guys have returned, Mavra seems a lot more herself. There's like almost like this weight has been lifted, at least for the moment.
Alright, we leave soon, but first, everybody check everywhere in the house. Take whatever we can.
Brooms.
Your grandmother won't mind.
Like I said before, who knows when Granny's gonna be back, and most of this stuff she'd probably expect to be ransacked by the time she got here anyways.
Well, we can
So we should leave a note saying that Uzmir took it all. Got it.
at least be nice with the furniture. I'm gonna take care of the bath that I got halfway done with preparing.
I'm gonna shut the water
Just-
off.
Yeah,
No,
there's a drain in the bath that like leads out to the wall. Like, it'll pour out the exterior of the house, so
Right.
drain.
Yeah, I'll do that. I'm fairly certain I would have turned off the water at some point. Maybe?
No, the
Or
water.
did I imagine that too?
The water is still running. And for the life of you, could have swore that you had that blade. And even Mavra, you like clearly remember him taking the blade, but it is still in your possession. Looking around the house, there's plenty to take. I mean, there's rations. It doesn't look like your grandmother's been locked up too long because there's still like fresh vegetables and not yet moldy bread. But there's clothing. In the study, there's some books and stuff. If you want to take some random books, perfectly fine too. Is there anything specific that you guys are looking for?
Well, I'm going to take this opportunity to have a quick bath because I'm gross.
He just drained the water out.
I just
In the sink,
Oh.
silly.
Be taking a whore bath.
Yeah.
No.
Face, arms, hands, pits. You know.
Yeah.
Definitely taking food.
Yep.
and checking boxes in here for anything that could assist us.
Okay, go ahead and roll an investigation check.
Oops, I clicked intimidation, my bad.
You intimidate the shit out of that dresser.
Chests, dressers, etc.
Yeah, with a 15, you managed to find your granny's stash.
Granny got hella weed.
Not what I meant, but yeah, she also has a shit ton of weed. Or mage moss as it's called here. But regardless, you find she has a small stash of 300 gold pieces. I say small, that's a pretty large sum. She has about, in total around the house, about 130 brooms. If you wanted to take any of those. You find what looks like a small, almost like a milk box, like milkmen would deliver milk. And there are 3 vials with different colored liquids in it. That's about all of value that you really find.
Yeah, taking the gold. Granny don't need it where she's at.
And you can go bail her out with it.
He does.
Granny don't need it where she's at.
No, her current currency situation is based off of cigarettes.
Ah.
She in prison.
With the
She'll be rolling that place within the year.
with the
She'll be fine.
with the amount of narcotics you found in here, you think maybe she's not in prison for stealing brooms?
I'm gonna show Wolfriend the vials and see if he knows what they are.
Do I?
Any idea?
Roll an Arcana check.
Oh, I'm great at that. 0.
0. Some sort of elixirs.
I guess I probably should have tried to figure out if I knew what the fuck they were.
Oh, it's liquid, that's for sure. Or maybe a gel.
And we'll take them anyways.
You can roll an Arcana check. Uzmir?
Okay. Definitely a gel.
Or some sort of elixir. No, not
rolling
2.
against you regardless.
Yeah, just put 3 unknown elixirs or potions. Anyone else want to roll investigation to look around the house?
Riven will.
Alright, go ahead and roll investigation. Natural 20.
Mine's always rough.
In these crates that you're looking at over here, you begin to kind of pry one of them open. And tell you exactly what you find. Let's see if I can look. Go. You find crates. You find 4 crates. You're kind of a black market kind of guy. So you have found what is known as, oh, where's that? Was it? you find a bunch of sood. So sood is this red, almost powdery type drug that goes for quite a bit on the black market. It can have some pretty major effects. For the most part, people use it just as kind of to just get a little bit of a kick, but it has been known to like increase magical potency. Really, the come down is the worst part of it.
Mhm. And how heavy would the box be?
Each box, with the weight of the crates themselves, weighs about 30 pounds.
So could Riven lift it?
Yeah, you could lift it.
Riven's gonna try and take one of the crates and try and put it in the wagon.
Yep. Yep.
Do.
Going through that in the wagon. Wolfrin, you doing anything?
Good question. I don't know. I feel like everyone else has kind of got all of the other bases covered, so. Or wait. What about this chest? Did someone at the foot of the bed? Did someone look inside of it?
Yeah, Uzmir looked
Oh.
at most of the stuff in here.
Oh, yes, he did. I remember. Yes. No, I guess I'm just still befuddled.
Okay.
Just absolutely perplexed.
Yeah, a lot's gone on in the few hours that you guys have been here. All right. So, are you looking through the rest of the house? Just heading out.
Rest. I mean, I'll look for non-specific stuff.
Yeah, go ahead and roll an investigation check.
Investigation. I'm great at that.
Yeah, I figured.
I'm great. That's a 7.
There's some.
Incredible.
There's some
I'm actually better than I thought.
booze in this room. That you find pretty easily in the library. You find a number of books, ranging from children's books to like educational tomes. A little bit of everything.
Just one look at the booze.
Mhm.
I'm gonna need this. Take a couple bottles.
Okay.
Like a couple different things.
Yeah, you grab a bottle of wine, and then there's a pretty nice looking scotch in there as well.
Ooh.
Looking for anything else? Are you satisfied with that?
Yeah, that's all I'm doing. Just work
Meanwhile,
on
Riven's
loading everything
smuggling.
else up.
Oh, hey there, Wolfriend.
Aye.
Don't mind me. I'm just getting us ready.
I'm gonna start loading stuff up.
All the food.
Just turn around, point at Riven. I still need to talk with you
I know you can kick my ass once we get out here.
when we're in the wilds.
Now it looks like you're trying to kill me.
Wilfred says nothing.
As you guys start packing everything up, you guys manage to pack up probably enough food, if kept well, to last you a couple weeks.
And using the food to hide the drugs, of course.
Robert, can you walk?
Yeah,
So
I'll help her.
kind of takes her foot off the bed as she stands up. She wavers a moment, but she manages to hold herself up. Where are we going?
The cart. We'll be heading to El Macath.
Oh,
The
It's
thread is gone.
still, it's
Burned to
not
the
a pretty
ground.
sight. I was going to put that might more delicately, but it's
She's not
Not
so
good.
young she can't understand that she's old enough to know.
she
Come,
is.
Covet. We'll discuss more in the
So
wagon.
adults have feelings too.
as you all begin to load up. Around this time, the sun is setting. Are you guys taking off in the cover of night?
Any particular reason we would want to leave right now?
Well, we're
Yeah.
not sure, but I think someone was watching us. A guard, perhaps. At least, I don't know. Maybe we should ask Usmir what he saw, but he suddenly just went into a passageway, then another passageway, as if we were trying to lose someone.
Well, we should just go then. We'll come up with some excuse as to why we're a cart
Usmir!
at sundown.
Oh, there you are. We need our axe beak.
Excuse me, there was a moment where you were alone in the house and feel this almost tug in the back of your, and for a moment your vision is gone and all you see is this porcelain white face just staring back at you. Snap out of it.
Oh, that happened while I was in the house?
Yeah,
Oh,
And then
we're
you-
backing up back into the fucking house then.
yeah.
I would definitely recognize this from the statue. And it was, I will say that it is giving the same feeling that the statue was giving me, of that almost like a calling.
Yeah. It just happens for a moment. It's something that you've not experienced before.
Right.
But it seems somewhat familiar. Like a memory you can't quite grasp.
I suppose that I should talk to Wolfrin about this when we make camp next. And then I'm gonna go outside the house.
Yeah, you hear Riven's voice echoing through the halls.
Are we all prepared?
Seems that way.
Oh yeah, I forgot. I don't know if I said this before. I'm grabbing the blanket off the bed while I'm leaving.
Okay. Yep. Easy enough to do.
Oh, what do you do with the rope, by the way? It's still back there.
If you want it, I'm pretty sure we left it in the room.
Riven goes back to tree the rope.
I'm gonna hand the blanket to Mavra. I'm assuming that you're going to be on the inside with your sister. It's gonna be a long trip.
So, you all load up in the wagon. Where is everyone sitting?
Well, friend, you're driving, kind of.
I'm driving. Is there, by doing this, like, could I potentially be working towards learning how to actually drive one of these things with not driven, like, headed by a not Uzmir Axbeak or other beast of burden?
That depends on how much of the work Uzmir is doing and how much you are doing.
Uzmir ain't being led by nobody.
If you were consistently doing this with a non-Uzmir Axbeak, then I would say yes. But if Uzmir is just doing whatever the fuck he wants regardless of what you do, no.
I would say this,
Yeah.
that he would still have the reins, and if he knew which way to go and he pulled on the reins like a soft enough tug to like, hey, you know, we need to take a left here, I would listen to his direction unless I knew that he was wrong. But
Okay.
I would not take, like, especially starting to head towards El Macath, where I wouldn't know that area, and he might, I would be more apt to listen to him.
Okay. So, in the case where you leave and you become more familiar with the surroundings, yes, I will say you will start garnering that experience and that skill for leading a wagon.
So that'd be proficiency in land vehicles?
Yeah. I'm surprised you don't already. Oh, you're not a fighter. You're a paladin.
Yeah. What? Do fighters get proficiency in land vehicles?
Sorry, no. Soldiers do. People with the soldier background is what I was thinking. Get proficiency in land vehicles.
I mean, my background. I mean, I don't know. The one I picked kind of more about the whole becoming a paladin deal and not the stuff that came before that.
Yeah.
So.
Otherwise, you would have been a farmer.
Yeah, I guess I would have.
So, as you guys head off in the dark of night, which gate are you guys wanting to exit through? You wanting to exit through the north gate?
We would be going through probably the closest gate to the south, but then edging over to the side of the Blightwood.
Okay, so you could go directly. So the southern gate is about 5 to 10 minute walk from Grandma's house. She's like right next to the south gate.
Yep. And I'm assuming there'd be a path to kind of head over towards either Elmore or Everhill Keep kind of area. So
yeah. So
that's where we're headed.
Alrighty, so as you guys start heading out that way, heading out of the southern gate and then jumping on the road going east to Iverhill Keep and Inore.
Enor, I said Elmore, my bad.
As you guys get to the gate, there are what seems to be a increased number of guards. As you guys pull up, 3 of the guards step forward, and then one of them kind of pushes himself past the other 2. Goes, "Oh, stop!"
All right.
We're gonna need to check your wagon. There,
Alright.
there was a murder earlier today, and so we're just doing our best to cover all of our bases, making sure that anything that, just wanting to make sure we're not letting someone slip through our fingers. So, nothing to worry about as long as you're not hiding anything.
Well, should be all in order back there. I sort of try and talk into the back. Just sort of get people prepared.
Yep. And as the three guards kind of start to surround the wagon, one of them goes to the back of it and knocks on the back door of the wagon. Is this thing unlocked?
Not yet. And Riven unlocks it. There we go.
He opens the door. You're just carrying passengers. Looks like you have quite a bit of supplies in here too. Why are you all taking off so late this evening?
Headed to El Macath. Rather tight deadline. Business for the Adventurers Guild. We've neglected it for too long.
Right. He kind of looks, and I'm going to roll an investigation check for this guy. Right here. Well, that's a stupid thing. He has... What do random guards have for... Oh, cool. Yeah, they just have a +0 to their investigation. Don't you guys worry. He's no Sherlock Holmes.
Rolls a 20.
No, he's just a guy.
A 13. As he looks through, he sees the crate that you put in there, Riven. He goes...
Under all the food?
Yeah, under the food and everything.
He sees
He
a
hid that.
portion of the crate. And he kind of looks suspiciously for a moment before kind of nodding to himself, and he shuts the door. Alright, let him through. And as the other guards move, the gate opens before you guys. You guys begin riding out onto the driven path. As the wagon disappears into the night, the gates close. You guys are left out in the wilds, heading towards El Macath. Had a bit of a journey. As we start to fade to black here, there's a moment inside this wagon, it's very dark, where Mavra and Kavra are sitting there kind of bundled up together. There's just this brief shimmer of red that goes over Kavra's eyes, and that's where we will end for tonight.
Yikes.
Oh no.
I'm scared.
Thanks for
I'm
too.
scared of this blade.
Thanks for listening, guys. We will be back next Saturday. Love you all. Good night.